Hi, Cynthia Beck, Master Hypnotist. I have a couple of other skills I haven't shared with you yet. One is the skill to be able to connect and be a conduit for people who have passed to talk to people who are still in this third dimension. It's called mediumship. And mediumship is also, in my opinion, science. Because our bodies are in fight or flight all the time, our brain doesn't get blood to all the places that it could. And what you find when you have a meditation practice that slows the blood flow and gets it to all parts of the brain on purpose once a day is that you are able to develop information interpretation or senses that most people don't pay attention to. And this kind of happened to me. I didn't go after looking to talk to dead people, but I had a friend whose elderly friends were passing and they were worried about their dogs and several other things. And she asked me what I thought they could do to be a little more comfortable or what she could do to support them. And all of a sudden, in my mind's eye, so that alpha state, I saw a portly gentleman that was kind of bald and a banquet room behind him full of lights. And I spontaneously said, "Is your dad on the other side?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, it looks like he's going to throw them a party. He's welcoming them." And she said, "Oh, that would be my dad." Now, I got to tell you, that wouldn't have been my dad. And we talked a little bit more. And at one point, her dad showed me a pair of green cowboy boots, or at least I saw these in my mind's eye. And I asked her why he would show me a pair of green cowboy's boots. And he said, "Oh, my dad's cowboy boots. He loved them. They were this great color of green. And after he passed, I put them in a plexiglass box in my entry hall." That blew us both away. I know things that I should not know. And over the years, I've actually developed my skill, and I can teach you how to develop your skill, to sense information on light. You see, I believe that there are parts of the brain that are designed to discern information that comes on tiny little light particles. Did you know that the scanner at your grocery store is a laser light that reads information? I think there's parts of our brains that are designed to get that kind of information. Since everything is very small, everything moves on a quantum basis. If you relax your brain and allow yourself to entertain the idea of having information you shouldn't have or the five senses shouldn't give you, I guarantee that you too will find that you know things about people that they never tell you. I also read chakras. So, chakras are the energy circles in your body, and they give me information about what might be going on in your life, in your family, with your friends, or your love life. I tend not to do predictive work because the future is inherently unknowable. And I really want you to create your own future rather than come to someone and say what's going to happen. Although on occasion in readings, when I'm just doing a reading, something important may come up. I had a gentleman a couple years ago that was working as a guard in a prison, and I just didn't like the energy I felt there. It was very, very dark. And I asked him if he could find a way to retire early. I thought that would be in his best interest. I got a letter from him about 6 months later, and he told me that he remembered our session and that I had said that something bad was going to happen at that prison. And sure enough, one of the prison guards was killed by an inmate, and they'd never had something like that happen. Now, that could be coincidence. I'm open to the fact that all of this is left to be explored both by science and by metaphysics, that some of it's just good people reading and some of it's just good common sense. But I do have information often about your loved ones that have passed that I believe that they want you to know. Most of my clients who come from mediumship, their folks on the other side have really encouraged them to come because they have messages for you. And the one message that I feel very strongly, and I have no proof, but I certainly have a lot of conversations, is that we are something other than just our physical bodies. And that part of us doesn't die. And the people who loved you and have passed still love you. And the people that you love here in the present when you pass will still feel your love. So if you're interested, you can go to my website, cynthiabeck.com is my email, and you can get a 20-minute free consultation, and we'll talk about how I may know some things that would help you to know too. Thanks very much.